All right, YouTube, we meet again. I honestly have no plan or idea of what I want to talk about today. I've had a couple different ideas swirling around my head. They'll probably all just turn into one big goobly garbly mess. And I'm mostly just recording this video to prove to myself that I can and to prove to myself that I will, because I have been saying I'm going to make a video for weeks now and just procrastinating and avoiding and putting it off, which if you're an artist, you probably are very familiar with this, but that war kind of back and forth with the thing that you love or the thing that you want to do, that can slowly eat away at you, keep you up at night, make it really hard to sleep and eat, and mostly just nag at the back of your mind until you just fucking do the thing that for whatever reason, mind, body, soul wants you to do. So here I am, making a video, yapping on the internet. I don't know why I want to do this, guys. I really don't. I ask myself all the time, what is my goal with this? Why do I want to do it? I don't even understand, where this comes from or why this is the thing. But I guess, I don't know, I guess it is the thing for me right now. I think it's cathartic for sure. I know when I did my sobriety vlog, it was very cathartic to get my thoughts out on here every day. I'm sure part of it is filmmaking and video, but not a lot, because this is not this most cinematic thing ever. This is mostly just a podcast, pretty much a podcast. Your guess is about as good as mine as to why I'm even here at all. We definitely don't need more people on the internet just yapping about their thoughts and feelings, but I don't really know what else to do with my unique set of skills and energy patterns and thoughts. There's a couple different things I've been thinking about talking about today. The first is that I had a really tough year last year. It started out really strong, and I felt like I was crushing it. And I was 2024, it's going to be my year. I can feel it. I was vlogging. I don't know if any of y'all were watching then, but I was vlogging every day, and I was doing the sobriety thing, and I was also launching a coaching business, and I invested in more coaching for myself, business coaching and such, and mindset stuff. And I was diligent with my mindset stuff. I was doing journaling or breath work or meditation and stuff like that every day, reframing my mindset. Exercise was high up there and really important. And I just felt after a decade of kind of absorbing these self-development tools and doing all this self-work, I felt I did it. I think I've mastered this shit. This is so embarrassing, but I felt I had overcome my mental health problems, and I felt I wasn't in therapy at the time. I've been in a lot of therapy over the years, but at this time I was not in therapy, and I just felt I had it all under control, and I felt I knew all the tools, and I don't know, just had it all figured out, I guess. And suffice to say, I did not, right? I think y'all know where this is going. Obviously, I did not. I think that when I fall into really insane self-development and self-optimizing phases I go through, they tend to turn a little bit manic, to be honest, and it becomes almost like a compulsion. I think, to find a semblance of control in my life. So, I ended up making a series of bad decisions and kind of landing on my ass mid to late last year. Made some investments that didn't turn out so good. Invested in a friend of mine who then became no longer a friend. And so lost a ton of friendships, lost my motivation and inspiration with the business I was building. No longer saw the point in that after spending thousands of dollars with these coaches who kind of it just didn't work out. I'll just say that. And went through relationship challenges. My skin picking came back. My addiction came back. Relapsed a lot. And yeah, like honestly, last year brought me to my knees in a lot of ways. It was not fun, to say the least. It was really dark at times. And it had been so long since I'd really been in that space. I was like, it's so weird. None of my tools work. Like, I couldn't do anything some days except breathe, like, moment to moment and call a fucking hotline and journal sometimes, but even sometimes I couldn't journal because, like, I didn't want to be with my thoughts. Just sit outside and try to, like, fill my head with, like, a podcast or something to get my mind off things. But I really didn't think that I could go back to, like, a place that dark, to be honest. I didn't know that that was, like, still in me and, like, so there, like, so readily in there. But I definitely unlocked, so to speak, like, a really dark depth, sad fucking place within me last year that has needed some love and attention and tending to. And so that's what I've been learning to do over the past few months is talk to myself, not in a crazy way, in a parts work way. But I've been doing a lot of like, it's called parts work. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it, but it's a modality of talking to your inner selves and the younger yous and soothing them, learning how to self-soothe. I realized I didn't really know how to self-soothe. Like, none of the things I was doing were actually soothing my nervous system. They were just kind of making it all appear smooth on top of the surface, I think. Not all of them. There were some things I knew how to do that were, like, essentially the same as what I'm doing now, but I'm just having to do it a lot more now, I guess. I've been doing a lot of therapy now, and I realized that I think we always need a therapist because, well, I always need a therapist because I became an echo chamber of my own mind. Like, I was doing a lot of journaling and a lot of, like, self-reflecting and like, this kind of shit, you know? And that can make one a little crazy, I think. We need, like, other people to kind of reflect us back to ourselves. I think that's one of the most valuable things about therapy. You can't catch your own, like, false thinking. And coaches, in my experience, aren't looking for the right things. Like, a lot of coaching is just still based on, like, optimization and pushing through and action and achievement, versus, like, finding worth just for being and just for existing. So that's a really big shift I've been making, is just trying to separate my self-worth from my achievements or lack of achievements and feel worthy, basically. And, like, it's kind of like I've gone back to, like, way basics, or what I used to think of as, like, basics, but, like, like, just knowing that I'm enough, you know? So I've been really stripped down this past year, and humbled, if I do say so myself. So I would say my biggest, like, takeaways from this time have been realizing that I don't know everything about healing and self-care that I thought I knew. Like, I don't know everything. I do know a lot, but that there are certain levels of pain and distress that, like, no amount of coping tools really help. I gained, like, a whole new level of compassion for other people as well, because I would just have to call friends of mine and have them, like, stay on the phone with me. And just be there, like, just exist with me. And having to do that, having to have that done for me, has just given me a lot more compassion for other people and the depth of, like, pain and despair that that people could feel. I didn't realize that I was somehow avoiding feeling all of that. So yeah, among the things that I learned was I don't have it all together. I don't know everything about myself and about healing. The world and the human experience can be a much darker, scarier place than I thought. And that, like, it's okay to be in the mess. Like, if you are in the mess right now and feel like your life isn't going the way you thought it would, or you're not where you thought you should be or would be, or not where you want to be, or you look out the fucking window or on TikTok and you get overwhelmed with, like, the state of the world and just the way that life is right now, and if it's all fucking too much, that's, like, okay, and you're not abnormal for feeling that way, actually. A lot of us feel that way, and we're truly living in unprecedented times. I know none of us want to anymore. We're all like, can we have a precedent for once? But yeah, I guess my biggest takeaway has just been, like, learning how to be okay and then not okay. And this is a dark thought, but I had this thought the other day of, like, I used to always think, if the world is ending, and if we, like, chose to be here or whatever, as some people believe, that, like, your soul, like, chooses this life or whatever, or someone chose it for us to be here. I always thought it was, like, because we're supposed to save the world, right? And lately I've been, like, thinking, like, or maybe, like, we're just supposed to make the world better while it ends. I know this has really gotten really dark. Sorry, guys. But yeah, like, I've stopped trying to, like, control the chaos of the world, I guess. I didn't realize I was doing that, but I think that I have felt this insane pressure growing up with, like, threats of global warming and the apocalypse and just, like, the world ending and the way things are going and technology and AI and all the things. Capitalism. I think I felt this insane pressure that I didn't realize I had on my shoulders of, like, we need to save the world. Like, we need to be the ones that, like, fix everything somehow. And wow, that's, like, a great and noble idea, and maybe we will be. I think I'm finding, like, a weird solace in, like, how can I bring, like, more joy and love and peace to the world as it goes down in flames. And again, I know this is very depressing. I'm so sorry. I should put a trigger warning on this. I will put a trigger warning on this. But, like, maybe, yeah, I don't know. I've just found, like, some peace in that, like, letting go of, like, having to fix everything, because also, like, a lot of it is not in our control, and, you know, we're made to feel like we're supposed to, like, recycle and shit that is like so small, when, like, there are these huge corporations and billionaires and companies, like, polluting on such a massive scale. And here we are worrying about, like, does this piece of plastic go in this bin or this bin, when they probably all just fucking throw it away anyways. Okay. So I'm tired of, like, taking on the guilt of, like, the world and that we're supposed to somehow save it. Obviously I still want to try to do my part if I can figure out what the fuck that is, but yeah, I've just kind of been like, how can I, like, enjoy life as chaos goes on around me, kind of like that little dog with the coffee mug. He's like, everything's fine, I'm fine with the world on fire, like, a little bit of that vibe. I don't think it's total resignation, but it is definitely, I've just realized, like, I really, like, this year took the illusion of control from me in every area of life. Like, it was like, oh, relationships, nope, don't control that. Oh, addiction, nope, don't control that. Compulsions, nope. Family, nope. Jobs, nope. Career, money, nope. Until I was left with just, like, nothing. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I really didn't realize how much I was holding on to the illusion of control, I guess, in my life. So this year is going to be I'm trying not to like talk about this year like this year I'm gonna do this year I'm done with all that bullshit. I'm so done with resolutions and ins and outs and words of the year and all that stuff. I don't know what this fucking year's gonna be. If I knew, I'm tired of like, I don't know, trying to like frame everything, bottle everything up into, box everything before we've even experienced it. But I guess moving forward, I just am hoping to surrender a little bit more in the chaos, if that makes sense. So I hope this was helpful in some way. Didn't know this was where I was going exactly, but I did end up tying in both things I want to talk about. The second thing I want to talk about was how like the world's on fire and it's really hard to be a human right now. So I think we covered that. Yeah, I'm hoping. Thank you for letting me ramble and get my thoughts out on here. I hope it brings some value to you. I don't take it lightly that like I am just throwing my thoughts and feelings out into the world like completely unregulated, unvetted, unresearched. Like I hope it's valuable in some way because it's not fact checked in any way whatsoever. And I don't take that lightly. And it's something that I'm thinking a lot about as I move forward with content, how I want to contribute to the conversations and also like not contribute to the chaos if I can. But I also feel like I just did, so I don't know. I'm overthinking it probably, but thank you for anyone who's like listened to my channel, supported my channel now in the past. And yeah, I just hope this video finds you well. And if there's something on the channel that you'd love to hear me talk about or a question you want to ask, like please drop a comment. I'd love to make this more of a community feeling. Like my favorite part is reading the comments and just like feeling that sense of community. I don't think there's any other platforms that really give that the same way that YouTube does. So I'm really into that. So drop a comment and let's chat about something next week or never or next month. I don't know. Who knows when I'll make another video, but we're going to see. We're going to find out together, you and me. All right. Thanks, guys.